Blog Talk Radio.
When you need help or advice, you turn to your parents or a trusted friend for help. So why go outside of Virginia, your home, when you need car insurance? Able Insurance gives you individual attention and won't turn you away no matter what your driving record looks like. Giving same-day personal service in the state of Virginia for over 30 years. Able Insurance, 979-0814 is the number. AbleInsurance.com is the site. Yo, what up, 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 though? Welcome to the BallHawk Show podcast, man. I'm your host, BallHawk. Appreciate you rocking with me as always on this live broadcast. If you want to call in and you're looking in from Facebook, it's 760-695-1106. Before we get started, shout out to the sponsors, Able Insurance. Go to ableinsurance.net for all your insurance needs, home, auto, business, life. Anything you need, man, holler at the good people at Able Insurance. Tell them the BallHawk sent you. Billy, Charlene White, like I said, servicing the state of Virginia for over 20 years. Also, if you're looking for a place to live, looking for some property to invest in, you just looking to upgrade, holler at my man Connor Murray, Realtor. You can follow him on Facebook at Connor Murray Realtor or hit him up on Instagram, man, at Connor Murray Real Estate. Follow him, contact him, and he'll definitely get you that dope place. And also, tell them the BallHawk sent you. And since football season is upon us and the NFL will be starting, make sure you go to crowcookies.com and bet some crow cookies because losing never tasted so good. So instead of telling somebody to eat crow, you can literally tell them to go eat some crow cookies and bet the crow cookies. Go to crowcookies.com, man, and get you some crow cookies. The number is 760-695-1106 if you want to call in. You know, Zeke Elliott is the topic of discussion today. It's an extension out there. Nobody fully knows the true details, like the guarantee money and things of that nature. But rumor has it's a 6-year, $90 million deal. And I don't want him to sign that because I feel like that's too much for that young man. It's basically an 8-year deal because he got 2 years left. So if you're calling in, man, I'm unmuting you right now.
If it's a 7-year extension, it's going to be a 9-year deal.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, man. You know, I had two things I wanted to do. First of all, thanks for having me on again, but I went ballistic when I saw this. Now, going back to our last conversations pertaining to Zeke Elliott in prior shows and pertaining to his off-the-field antics and things that he's done, I always said that players, especially Jerry Jones in particular, allow you as a Cowboy to do all the things you want to do. And then they'll turn around and act like he's saving face, giving you an extension or giving you something to make you feel like you are so special, throwing out a number like $90 million in extension. So when people see that, a 7-year, $90 million extension, I say all the time, fans and athletes, man, get duped every single time, especially before a CBA that's coming up now where literally the new CBA, you're going to sign a deal that literally is longer than any life shelf of a running back. If you sign this deal, it's going to be 32 years old at the end of the deal. We're going to realize that by having that deal that long and that much money, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys can now use his contract as their only salary cap friendly type of thing. They can tell Ezekiel tomorrow after he gets the bonuses, which, again, we don't know what that's going to be, that you need to take a pay cut. You need to pay that. You need to pay this one. You need to pay that one. And if he say no, they can cut him. He can't do nothing until he's 32 years old. And that's the facts. So why would you, again, any running back, especially the new CBAs coming up, sign something that literally you have no control over? A running back is not going to play 8 years extension. Not to mention, we know this contract is going to be backloaded because you can tell by the years. 7-year extension, when you have 2 years left on your deal, so the numbers is this. If you say $90 million, that's $66 million in new money. Because if you make all in new money means that literally that contract for that term, 8 years, $6 million, is about $11.25 million. That don't make him the highest paid running back in the NFL. That make him the longest under contract running back in the NFL. That Pippen could wipe his agent's butt in the NFL. We tell everybody else. But the fact of the matter, he won't see it. They can run him another 400 times this year and 400 next year. And I'm guaranteeing, based off his off the field, and if there's clauses in there, they could actually get back some upfront money if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So at any moment, once that signing bonus is done, they can say, "You're done, Zeke," and that's that. But yes, everybody will jump up and down like Jerry Jones.
Sit down.
The world. The Jay-Z effect is in effect in Dallas right now.
So we got Blaze on. He unmuted, and is that JaVale? Who is the other father?
Let me get in here, dog. Let me get in here. This
what you got, Blaze?
I get what you're saying. You know, I was fucking around with you in your post earlier and shit. But Zeke's agent is fucking terrible, bro. He's handled this whole situation terribly, and I don't know why Zeke is even still keeping him as an agent, but he's terrible. You know, I'm looking at the deal myself, and you know, you don't want to sign to no team that damn long. You know, you putting yourself in hell. It's pretty much, you know, as the lifespan of a running back, like everybody said. You know, he's entering his prime years now, so about time you ready to try to get one more of them big ass deals. It ain't gonna happen, because pretty much you done signed your life away to Jerry Jones, and you and Jerry Jones hell, because like you said, you know, I'm seeing the number switches 6, 7. You know, either way, either one of them is gonna be long as hell. It's either gonna be 8 years you hostage under the Cowboys, or 9, and you're not gonna be able to really do nothing. And then you know, when you see the boy Saquon get his money and all that shit that's gonna break what he getting, he gonna want more money. He gonna pull a Julio Jones shit where, hey, I want more money, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and it's not going to work, and you know it's not going to work, because Jerry going to pull like, look, I gave you a big-ass deal 2 years out of your contract. I was always having your back when you was getting in trouble. I'm not doing no more deals with you. You got to honor the contract, bro. And then, like you said, once you get to them 30s and all that stuff, and he starts slowing down, he going to ask him to take a pay cut. And, you know, I get why Jerry doing this, because, you know, the deal – he's getting the money he kind of wants, and he's still keeping us room so we can get Dak and Amari signed. We'll still have money to get both of them.
Right, he can move it down the road, kick the can down the road, like they say about the government. And Zeke is going to be the thing you want to allow him to do it.
It's only a good deal. It's only a good deal.
My thing is, do you think he kind of put his foot in his mouth, or supposedly put his foot in his mouth when he talked about being a Cowboy for life? You think that could have been the motive for this deal, besides the trouble stuff?
I think Leo Collins had a lot to do with it yesterday too, because Leo Collins was like, you know, that's our brother, blah blah blah. We ain't gonna turn on him, you know, kind of how the Steelers did Bell, and you know the deal that Collins signed today was super team friendly, which was able to make him able to give that money.
Yeah, absolutely. They do the same thing. That's salary cap friendly for the Cowboys too. But Leo Collins is fighting the Murray case when he got drafted. Man, this is Jerry Jones' MO all over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say out of this, Jerry Jones is coming out of this shit looking like a genius, bro.
He pimping them. He's straight pimping them, knowing this. And then the CBA, you got to realize the CBA goes up. I mean, the salary cap is going up $10 million a year every year over the last 5 years. But the new CBA is coming up. Once he signs his contract, it don't matter what the new CBA says. Zeke stuck where he at. Lyle Collins stuck where he at. If Amari gets signed, he's stuck where he at. It ain't gonna matter.
That's why he's trying. He pushing right now. That's why he pushing so much right now to go ahead and get them. That joint triggered in his mind.
Nah, he need to go ahead and miss some games.
At all. Bad business all day.
He need to go ahead and miss some games. I hope he didn't sign that. He need to go ahead and miss them games. Make them miss him.
Like they already agreed in principle, and the niggas about to go to meet up with Jerry, and I'm guessing sign that shit. So it's pretty much a done deal.
So how much I think his guaranteed money gonna be? Because Collins got 35. Collins got 35.
37 to $40 million.
Well, listen, 37, but again, we're going to count the 24 he already was guaranteed from his first contract. He's going to get an additional 13, which is less than it would have been from a franchise tag.
Oh, man.
Just one. Watch.
My goodness.
Zeke, he had his stance, but he's getting pimped. You feel me? And I hate saying it, but he's truly getting pimped. And this is just only going to make Jerry Jones look smarter because now
where his people at?
This is a team friendly.
I tell people all the time, the agents work for I tell players all the time, who do you think will be in the league longer, the agents or the players?
The agent going to work with the team.
More than anybody. Roger Goodell and DeMaurice Smith are not enemies. They just act like that on TV. When the owners got ownership again, when they made the actual players who was making more money now, they lost more percentage on money. And then all of a sudden now, Roger Goodell and DeMaurice is mad. DeMaurice gave them everything they wanted through the situation to have the same deal happen. It's the same thing now when it comes to the CBA that's coming up again. All of a sudden, guys are retiring. And I told you this, Ahmad. I said before about the CBA coming up. It's going to be about drugs. And all of a sudden, Luck retires. Then Gronkowski says, yeah, I'm hurting so bad. I want to produce. I want to push this CBC oil to make me feel better. I'm like, see? This is what I'm talking about again. These dudes, with Ezekiel, you're not doing all this other stuff, not understanding the business that they in when it comes to the money and seeing paper money, toilet tissue money, and then when it all comes down to it, you see so many guys say, oh, man, this dude failed his drug test. Martavis Bryant, where's he at right now? Josh Gordon. All these guys are playing for nothing every single time, and they ain't learned yet. And the agents that keep pushing these, oh, yeah, I just signed him to a $100 million deal. It's not $100 million. But the next kid that signs for him for $20, $30 million going to get paid off for that again. I mean, I'm frustrated because, again, as a guy that works for athletes, a former athlete, you cannot be that gullible in 2019 with all the technologies in the world. You can't. You can't be that arrogant and say, I'm going to play 10 years as a running back when it ain't been done since, like, LT. Even he got pushed out.
They're trying to push Adrian Peterson out, too. Adrian Peterson been on a long time. He still can ball, but you know how that goes.
9 years as a running back?
Yeah, that's crazy.
As much as he ran the ball in his first 2 years, so like you said, he could ball out these next 2 years, and he could have went to the free agency and got the biggest deal he want with the guarantee.
Biggest deal. Yep.
But he decided, no, I want to do this now with 2 years left with 2 franchise tags left that they can do to him, which would have been like $16 or $17 million, which is more than the guarantee. Which again, you do 2 franchise tags, that's $35 million right there in Texas with no state tax. You're going to sit there and take a 7-year deal and add your additional guarantee from your first-year contract? That's why owners are now starting to draft running backs in the first round for this exact reason. Not that they value them as much, but they don't want guys like Alvin Kamara to get to that next free agency.
Yeah, it's cheap.
But Morris was responsible for this, though.
It's cheap.
When Gurley got that deal, the whole NFL, besides the Rams, didn't like it. They all said that he got too much money.
But he can get out of that deal in 2 years, right? He can get up, he can re-up again. Not Zeke.
He can.
I don't know if he re-up again.
No, he can. He got about 3 years left. If he played 3 years, he can play 2 years out of the 3 years and get another deal.
You know they're going to use that against him.
No, right. But I'm saying he has an opportunity because he's not locked in for, to the next century.
I mean, not if he come. I mean, he still balled out, even though he had the arthritis. He still balled out that year. It ain't like he was like a chump. You know what I'm saying? If he comes out and ball out this year,
he can get better.
The way NFL are, they will use that shit against you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
but
I didn't know this.
Opportunity though.
If Zeke really signed that deal, watch them carries go up. They're gonna run him just like they ran
exactly
like they did DeMarco Murray. Ran him right into the dirt.
They plan on splitting Pollard.
DeMarco Murray, exactly. So he didn't. His representation didn't see what happened to DeMarco Murray the same exact thing. Where he at right now? That man retired.
I doubt they
ran him right in the dirt.
They already said they plan on splitting carries.
Hey, but look, let me say something. Somebody got a lot of like bait. Like, are y'all outside or something? It's like real thunder.
No, I'm inside. Ain't me.
Okay. Oh, all right. So I think with running backs now, a lot of teams willing to get them early because you can get. So running back is the one position. I heard Max Kellerman basically echo what I was thinking in my mind. It's like you could, like a running back is the one position as a rookie you could basically get their full potential in their first year if you think about all the positions. Like a running back just be ready right now. You could get all those yards out of them while they're on that rookie deal, and basically devalue them by giving them this heavy workload. And then they really can't get their money. Because then they do something like this. They dangle that, $90 million. I'm going to dangle 90 in front of you. Look how much money this is. And then you trying to get big time paid, 15 to 16 million, but when you factor in with your current contract, you basically going to get 11 million. Like Rob said, you was better off doing back-to-back franchise tags.
2 franchise tags, 1 year deal. Ball out, take care of your body, ball out again, then get the long-term extension.
Yeah. Still be young. People talk about Le'Veon Bell. Hey, man, people don't realize, man, it was no guaranteed money that he controlled in that Pittsburgh deal. And that's why he
already had
out.
1 franchise tag already.
So,
so to franchise tag him again, that's the point. He could have got hurt during that second one and then not been able to get the bigger deal.
The actual one. Yeah.
But then the way they were running Le'Veon too. The way they were running Le'Veon too was crazy. Like if he would have ran that year, he would have been no good this year.
They was using him as a receiver too.
Yeah.
And that's his whole point.
These teams aren't going to pay you because you got to think Jimmy Graham tried the same thing. These teams aren't going to compensate you even though they know what they're using you as. They just
as a wide receiver, and he want to look at the tight end.
They're going to put you in the box. Like I said, the NFL is the one sport that pay you according to your position. Basketball, it ain't according to no position. It's who you are.
And you know why the quarterbacks get paid the most, and why you talk about African American quarterbacks and really how it goes. And I don't want to change the subject, but perfect example of mine. I got to say this to everybody. So the breaking news is this: Oklahoma's going to shred Alabama if they get that far in the national championship. And Jalen Hurts is going to make Tua look like nothing. And like I said before, Alabama ain't never produced no quarterback. So stop saying he's the best coach ever. Because again, what happened the other day shows you exactly what I've been saying for years. So Jalen Hurts will win the Heisman, make Tua look like an afterthought, and it's Nick Saban's fault. Like every other quarterback, the best one he ever had was Greg McElroy to come out of Alabama. He's trash, and you're going to find out. That's the breaking news right there.
I don't know about. Hold on. I can't go with you on that. Greg McElroy? Like that bad? I don't know, bro.
So, I give it no wax. So we can come back again. Baker Bates, we're gonna see. Jalen Hurts better than Tua. He was then.
Hey, let me know when we can talk about college. I wanted to talk about that anyway, but we can start on the NFL. But I got a bone to pick about the college folks.
Hey, but I want to say something about the Jalen Hurts situation and what he just said. It's amazing how Tua gets all this praise and hype about the Heisman and things like that. But what Rob said makes a lot of sense because any other player, they do kind of dock them for the history of the team. Like, you look at Nick Saban, he's never produced a pro quarterback.
No, it's a good fact.
And for Jalen Hurts to leave Alabama and go to Oklahoma and throw the ball the way that he threw the ball
in a summer, one summer, not years, a summer.
Yeah, it makes you think like, yo, what the hell is going on? That's all. I mean, it made me think, man, seeing him throw the ball like that. I was like, God damn, Jalen Hurts slinging his pitch.
Listen, man, that Lincoln Riley, he ain't no joke, man. He get you right.
That too.
It would be true if he didn't throw 10 passes over 10 yards for 175 yards, and he didn't run like he ran.
You gotta look at how Alabama runs their offense. It's not really like a super pro offense. A lot of read options and stuff like that.
Well, there you go. So what we're saying is Alabama is not really developing the guys that's there, the quarterbacks that come there. So once again, if the most important position in the NFL is quarterback, and you get these guys like that's cut right now, like J.T. Barrett, all-time Big Ten passer, Cardell Jones on the street again. Then you got Dwayne Haskins backing up Kirk Cousins. I'm telling you guys, the African-American quarterback that goes to college, no different than Dabo when he had Deshaun Watson, but then all of a sudden Mr. Trubisky only played 9 games and backed up a black quarterback for 3 years, gets drafted number 2 overall, but the Dabo saying God is God's plan. That's why when it comes to the salary cap in the NFL and they pay all these quarterbacks, the majority of them are Caucasian because in colleges, these coaches are running these black guys around. They're not developing them to be great to go to the next level. It's like they are doing that literally to control the narrative or what it is when it comes to who's making the best money, who's making all the decisions to keep these players intact so they can give them this BS contracts like they offering Zeke. Jump at. That's how this thing comes full circle.
Not to switch topics, I just want to see how y'all feel before I get out of here. With this Zeke thing, like, what do y'all think is going to go down with this Dak and Amari thing now? Like, and my boy had a good question for me. He was like, you know, what if they don't do Dak to the next offseason and he doesn't look that good this year? You know, does that affect him?
Dak's just going to go somewhere else.
He's an African American quarterback.
I don't think he's going to bend like if Zeke really is bending like that. I don't think Dak is, because he already said right off the top what his number is right off the bat. So I mean, maybe we'll see. You know, time will tell. But I don't know. They don't have really nothing they can hold over Dak like that, other than him what he does in the season, and they really can't hold nothing over him because he gets into the playoffs since he's been in the league. Like, he doesn't really have anything to really, like, for them to hold. Like, he's gotten in the NFC East in the bag for the past 3 years.
The only thing they got on him. Only thing they're gonna hold over him is his numbers when Zeke not in the lineup. That's all they can against him. That's the only thing.
That contract gonna be closer to Jacoby Brissett or to Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm gonna say Brissett. Watch.
I wouldn't put it past him to franchise him.
I'm saying they're gonna be closer to Dak. So again, two quarterbacks, Brissett and Garoppolo from the Patriots behind Brady. You just saw what Jacoby got paid, but I think Jacoby had a better career out in New England than Garoppolo. So Garoppolo got paid. Let Dak have any type of transgressions this year and watch how his contract end up. But when he's saying he's gonna leave and get what? It ain't gonna be Garoppolo money. Why?
I don't think Dak is viewed. I don't think he's viewed that high outside of the Cowboys.
Me either. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He can't.
I guess the thing is, he doesn't lose the game for you. So I guess that's what everybody more so hangs his hat on. He's a good manager, and that's what his selling point probably going to be on. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, to be honest with you, bro, he'll probably be the last one signed. They should, if they get Zeke signed, go get Amari.
Oh no, that's a big time signing Amari.
Then you work on.
Jerry Jones will let Dak fall off the face of the earth to get Trevor Lawrence tomorrow. Mark my words.
Yep.
Amari still is the most interesting one to me because, like, I know they were saying like, oh, they paid close attention to the Michael Thomas deal, and I'm like, I wouldn't say they in the same class right now, honestly.
It's hard, man. This is just bad. This is just bad right now. I'm talking about football season starting. Guys are making decisions that's gonna hurt them. Not even like down the road. It's gonna hurt a lot of them like real soon. Like Jerry Jones, like he's not making deals for like specific for Dak and Amari. He's making deals for his actual CBA that's coming up to basically have these dudes stuck.
Yeah.
You don't even see it.
Yeah.
It's not real guaranteed money. They said, he got the most guarantees for a tackle, but he's a 6-year extension. So if all you got to do is a simple division problem. 6 years divided by 35 for a guy that was a second-round pick that had to get over a murder charge.
Damn.
That's it.
Hey, Blaze. Hey, did Blaze leave you still here? Hey, Blaze. JD, another Cowboy fan, basically said that Byron Jones might be the one that's left on the ropes because of y'all depth at cornerback.
Bro, you've been talking to me for a minute since this whole thing started. What was the main thing I was saying? The dude that would be left out.
Yeah. So he basically said the same thing.
It's just the way Byron's trying to command is top corner money, but then when you break down like the stats and stuff like that, he don't produce enough turnovers. He's good in coverage and had a great year last year, but he doesn't produce enough turnovers. And then like in them big games versus them top receivers, he always get shit on. And even in the playoffs, he didn't look that great. Tyler Lockett had a good day on him. Just Seahawks stopped throwing the ball. And then Woods and them was killing his ass in the Rams game. So I think, pending what happens this year, he might be the odd man out because we can't pay everybody. You're definitely going to keep Amari because you didn't trade a first-round pick for nothing. You got to keep Dak. Byron might be the odd man out. That's why I think the Cowboys went and got so deep at corner because they got a good feeling like, Byron might have to walk next year. There's no way they're going to be able to pay him top corner money. The only way I can see them keeping him is if he takes a team-friendly deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Hawk, what do you think about, especially on the running back position in the next few years, like GMs and owners are just going to say, we're not going to look at running backs at all in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the way the rookie wage scale is set up. I mean, because if you think about it, was Jacobs the only running back taken in the first round this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you look back over the past several seasons. You got your Kareem Hunt's not a first round draft pick. Your Kamal's not a first round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And then they get in the right scheme and the right fit. Where they can make some money. In the next contract. But you take for instance what Buffalo just did with Shady. They cut him for a guy who was playing rugby or something. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
When it just comes to the running back position, it's probably the most wear and tear on your body. That's why I think Zeke stepped out there like that, because I think he's looking at not really long term. He's just looking at that guarantee. But he's going to get, 40, 45 guaranteed on this contract? And Jerry Jones.
That's a lot. That's half. They don't even do half. If it's $90 million, they don't even do that.
Well, what did Gurley get guaranteed? His guarantee was like 35, 37, 38, somewhere around there. Because I heard Marshall Falk on a podcast last week that I found online, and he said when you're top 5 at any position, when you're top 5 and you hold out or you are at the end of your contract, you always set the bar, and it usually always goes up 3 to 5%. So he was in agreement with what Zeke was doing, because he was trying to be a trendsetter and set the bar. So he said that he should sit out until he gets a deal that is larger than Gurley's deal.
Gurley got $45 million guaranteed out of his $57 million contract. Look at that number. Look at that percentage. He signed a 4-year, $57 million deal and got $45 million guaranteed.
But that guarantee came back from he was a first round draft pick, correct? So that's added to his extension.
That's bananas though. 57, but 45 is guaranteed. Like that's good.
Yeah. That's good for the player, and that's how it should be. That's what Bobby Wagner did. That's not what Zeke is doing. That's not what Michael Thomas did. And I know disrespect Marshall Falk, but I say this all the time. Athletes in the past that got duped, that want to tell athletes today how to operate it's crazy to me. Because Marshall Falk was sitting there like Michael Irvin working 70 hours a week because he messed up with all his money. He ain't got no business telling Ezekiel what to do. He ain't qualified to do it. I keep saying this all the time, man. Because, again, a lot of these older guys get with the younger guy because they want to either get paid or ride that wave or whatever. So be it. I don't even want to go on the history of Marshall Falk because y'all don't even know about some of the business transgressions he done had. Him and Nelly indicted on houses and stuff like that, but he telling Zeke how to do his money. So that's my point. None of that stuff comes to the front. But when it comes to the situation like now, what Todd Gurley did, that's how it should be. But again, that money that's guaranteed was based off of his first contract. They just added it to it, and he kept the years down. That's why I said Todd Gurley, even if he survives these next 2 years, he get another bite at the apple. And just like Bobby Wagner, where he got $40 million or $40-something million with a $54 million total thing, if Bobby Wagner plays well the first 2 or 3 years, that other $7 to $8 million on the back end is reasonable for his position. So really, he's going to get all of the money, same as Todd Gurley, as long as he basically don't die on the field. That's not what Zeke Elliott is doing. It's the opposite.
Hey, so you look at Michael Thomas. He signed when he signed his new year, 5-year, basically 96. He got $60 million guaranteed, but then he got a 3-year out. After 3 years, it's an out in the clause.
For who? The team or the
Michael
player?
Thomas.
Right, and that's good too. Because at the end of the day, that 61, that's attached to his a second round from there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how many years is it again? 6 years? That's a $10 million a year.
Because he had 1 more year left. So this year he getting paid $1 million. They gave him a $20 million bonus. He getting paid $1 million, and then the
So
jump up.
really, he's not getting 20 million. So again, it's paper money.
God,
That
damn,
other 40 million is probably backloaded. So being out meaning like, hey, I can get out because Odell really getting 20 million. So that's that's kind of a win-win for both people because now the salary cap, as long as they keep it on paper saying 100 million, they can actually use that to help get other players signed, even though he can now have a way to get out.
Go up. So basically, his last year make that 2024 18.5. He ain't gonna see that.
No, not even. No, that's the point. That's the point. We know that, but they don't seem to understand that. Like, why they? Because it's really a 1-year deal in every league, every team. Really,
hey, Robert, I got a question. Robert, I got a question for you. I saw. I didn't see. I listened to an interview on DC Radio one day last week with D. Smith. You know what I'm saying? He's from the area, so he's on the radio a lot. And they were speaking of as you were talking about earlier, the CBA after next season. And I mean he basically said that he is, when all teams and all players that there will be a lockout if owners don't agree to give up a larger percentage. He said players a larger percentage of the buy than the owner.
You're breaking up.
And
you breaking up, dog.
Okay. I gotta get out of this. I'll be back.
You going through a bad area?
Yeah. I'll be back in a second.
No, I heard the question. So basically, again, when he says that, but he's the reason why they ended up in the situation in the first place, the last CBA, when the owners had get the money. So again, the NFL is set up like this: 80% of the players make 20% of the revenue. So they don't really have a leg to stand on. They don't have financial literacy in a lot of areas. The agents are collecting money for something they did a year before for the next 3 years. These guys have kids, they have mortgages, they have all these different things. Then you got 80% of the revenue going to 20% of the players. The guys that the people who spend all the money for the TV, advertising, the marketing, things of that nature. So at the end of the day, just like any other roster in the NFL, it's all front-loaded. Guys, like I said the other day, was, again, and I don't know why every year people don't focus on this more, but it's like the NFL Day Massacre. You got about 800 guys that get cut in one day, get bounced around back and forth and things of that nature, and somehow they never seem to know that this is coming. Or what happens after that? And so it's like the same people that basically signing them up the contract and saying they're going to do this, they made it here. Players, and the AAF will still be here. But it's not for that exact reason. They don't want to develop you. They want to get cheap labor. And they want to replace you next year in the draft. They want to keep that 80% of revenue going to those 20% of players so they can keep the face of their teams going what they need to do. And then they're going to replace the back end with chump change. So that whole thing when they said they're going to change the salary cap and DeMar Smith said we're going to pay veterans more money. No, you're not. You got the haves and the have-nots. And that's directly tied to the NFLPA. So saying it's going to be a lockout.
Here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question now is, what do you think is going to happen with Melvin Gordon?
That was a dumb business move. Damaris Bilbo, his name, he's an agent. He's an African-American agent. I'm putting his name out there, so put that on wax, too. He got suspended before. He was suspended at the beginning of the season going into draft last year. And I'm not even going to get into some of the things that he do directly. I'd rather do that on ESPN. If you ever want to see me, that's fine. But at the same time, telling Melvin Gordon to basically to sit out. Now the Chargers say, oh, yeah, well, we're not going to negotiate. You can seek a trade. He's going to be in the same boat as any other running back, because once again, they ain't going to give you no extension like that. And the reality is, again, you still had another year of your deal. When he came into the NFL, you knew what the 5th year, you knew what the 5 years was for a first-round running back. You know what you should have did? You should have paid your agent less. Because now it's costing you more money for not knowing the business of it. And you getting older. So when running backs or athletes say, I'm going to sit out, they don't understand, man. There's a life shelf in all these things.
Yeah.
So you quick to make a decision about something. You play the game, I'll play the game. You know how it is if you take 3 weeks off, much less a year. Ain't no guarantees you're going to ever be the same again.
Yep.
You get a little chubbier, you get a little slower, things don't start.
Le'Veon had to work to get down to just a decent weight because he had blew up a little bit.
That's my point. It ain't no guarantee. So, again, you talking about getting that big payday. Again, the NFL do not value running backs. Your franchise tag tells you that they don't. So what makes you think all of a sudden that if you get in trouble off the field or if you got years left on your deal that's collectively bargained by DeMar Smith and his crew, now I'm going to say, well, the owners need to come down. You didn't say that when Cam Newton, and then you gave Sam Bradford $50 million. Trash.
Yeah.
God. Then Cam Newton got $22 million. DeMar Smith is directly responsible for this. Him and Goodell is like this, so him and all of a sudden say it's going to be a lockout. That's just because he's under the hot seat right now. And players get smarter, like Richard Thurman, like Bobby Wagner. Like, I don't need no agent to basically do my deal. I don't need you, DeMar, to tell me how to do what I do with my business. I don't need to pay my NFLPA union dues for what? You're not giving me no medical benefits after 5 years. You didn't tell me that when I was signing up for this.
Yeah.
Hey, so Robert, another thing that he said was in reference to the owners wanting to go to an 18-game regular season schedule and adding a team to the playoffs and only making the conference champion of the regular season number one seed in both conferences to have the bye. As he said that they want to either cut it down to 2 preseason games or eliminate the preseason altogether. What's the possibility and chances of that happening?
The preseason being cut down altogether is a great chance because the NFL still charges full price for preseason games. And, again, even the fans are starting to get caught up with that because, like I said, again, those same guys that got cut last week will never be seen again, but somebody paid full price to go to a game to watch that guy to never be seen again. So that's where, again, when it comes to these things and these players and how it goes, and, again, players are starting to get smarter. You can say all day long we give you a little bit more money, but it's like anything else in the NFL. If it's split 1,900 ways versus 32 ways, the cut that the owners are going to get is going to be way more significant than what the players will get. So once again, DeMar Smith, even going back to what he's talking about, he don't speak for the players like he claimed to do. And even how this went, it was a guy named Myler Seri or something like that, who was a lawyer who was trying to run for the seat that DeMar has. But somehow DeMar's got a situation where they made it where you got to have 13 people that's actually on the players' board unanimously vote to basically put the next seat up for a vote. Like, how does that happen? Like, meaning, like, every guy got to say, yeah, DeMar's got to be up for re-election with somebody else to do it. So what I'm saying is you got people in this business that on the team side, even on the player side, that have now got their pockets fed and filled, and basically for players that come out of college that don't know what's what, just happy to be there, and they make decisions for them. And like I said again, so if DeMar Smith telling you now it's going to be a lockout now, and the reason why he's saying that now is simply because a lot of the players are making way more money than they did back in 2011. But he didn't have no problem back then. Like I said, Sam Bradford making $50 million and saying that the vets are going to get paid more. Well, we see all the vets getting cut. Nobody's having this conversation anymore. Why not? That's why Ezekiel is doing this stupid deal right now, because they ain't going to keep you as a vet. But he's not talking about that. Because they're getting rid of you. They want cheap labor. So he's not even addressing the real issue in the room. It's like, no, you can't be serious. You're going to talk about a lockout. And literally, we ain't going to be here for more than 2 years, 3 years, if I'm not the first or second round guy. And even those guys are getting cut. You know how many second rounders got cut last week? Because now the owners, another quick tidbit, owners are not trying to pay. Again, people don't know is that in the NFL, to get a pension, you got to be vested for 3 years. And I don't want to go all business on you guys. I don't want to have everybody fall asleep, so I tend to do that. But practice squad and the vested players, and to get a pension, you got to be vested for 3 years. And so now you don't even get on the field. Like Stuart Cravens from the Redskins, he walked off that first year, said he had a mental issue, got traded to Denver, and because he didn't really get on right then and there, they wasn't about to go into year 3 not knowing what he could do because he didn't capture that ability to be a name guy and a marketing guy. They'd rather go back to square one. They gave him his upfront signing bonus money. There's no long-term guaranteed in that. So they don't even care if you're a second round anymore, or a third round, or fourth round. The first 19 players in the NFL that get drafted every year get their contracts fully guaranteed through injury, and unless they do something crazy off the field, and the owners can try to recoup it. But outside of that, you can get drafted in the second round next year and be gone right after that. The kid from Penn State, Marcus Allen, who everybody loved, the one back when. All of a sudden, he ends up and get drafted at Pittsburgh. So again, when you get drafted, you're thinking, "Oh wait, I want to go somewhere where they like me, where they want me." No, you can go. You need it at. They get rid of you, and then it's what? It's crazy. So now they going back to the drawing board. So once again, if NFL owners really want to develop players, would they be cutting second round players and third round players? No.
Sure, they just cut a first round. They just cut a first rounder not too long ago.
That's my point.
Polite. Yeah, they just cut the mess out of him.
That's what I'm saying. That money is chump change to them. sign. So if the player is really paying attention, like I do in this business, understanding the longevity or shortevity of the NFL, messing around, doing stuff crazy off the field, you can't be messing around not understanding your business. You can't be doing crazy stuff not taking care of your body, and you can't be signing contracts with agencies and agents that are going to use you to pay their bills by how you stuck. If a salary cap goes to $10 million every year, why in the world would I sign anything more than a 2 or 3 year deal when it's going to go up 10 and I can end up going somewhere where they're going to have to pay somebody?
So you see, now you're getting to somewhere with me because now I'm sitting here thinking about this whole Josh Gordon situation and the whole thing with Demaryius Thomas. Right. It's cheap labor for them.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Le'Veon Bell went to the Jets because they had the most money to pay in free agency.
So did y'all see? Did y'all see what they did to Demaryius Thomas this past weekend? They cut him so they wouldn't have to put this other kid on waivers.
So they wouldn't have to. Yeah.
Because they felt like that kid would get signed by somebody else, so they cut Demaryius, knowing when nobody re-signed him to keep that kid, and as soon as it cleared, they signed Demaryius back. Well, they ain't signed him back yet, I don't think, but he. No,
they did. They already signed him back.
Okay. But just how they put it out there, like he's on standby and willing to re-sign. It's like, yo, look
all
at that.
Business, man. Football is all business. All business.
And then you can keep Josh Gordon around. Brilliant. I'm like, I never seen, boy, you know what I'm saying, be so, like, forgiving for Josh Gordon, even though he relapsed again. But you got to think, I guess, the leverage they got over him, plus the fact that he's still like,
he be like Patrick Chung too, and Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski and all them other dudes that failed drug tests the Patriots way. Listen, man, y'all understanding how this game really works now? The Patriots are the same way. Like I said, this is how it's always been. That's why you got to get your money.
Bill will take a couple guys because he Bill. Bill will take a couple guys because he Bill. And if Bill
started Lawrence Taylor, him and Nick Saban. But Nick ran out of there because Nick was getting cursed out by them grown men. He wanted to go back to college kids. He's 5'6".
When Bill Belichick cut a player, they usually have a hard time catching on somewhere else. He either stamp you or he could ruin your ass.
That's why the NFL ain't really what it says it is. He can do that with the guys that are back-end guys. He can't do that with the guys that are top-notch.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I said the top-notch guys. Patriots get all those guys that are on the back end.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't pay him. And if they have some success, then they go somewhere else to get some money. But that only lasts for a short amount of time, too.
It's amazing how Randy Moss became so washed after that great, brilliant season he had for them. All of a sudden, he washed.
When he ran 100 go routes.
You know what I'm saying? And he just washed.
I'm just like, he ran 100 meters a game.
That's it.
Never be the same.
One of the best route runners ever, Chad Johnson. He can't run routes. Tom Brady only can throw one route in and out. See, that's how that whole thing is funny. Chad
he
Johnson
can't figure out the playbook.
But Brady can't throw to nobody. They run open. He can't throw nobody open. All he can do is throw a little out in the corner, and that's it. Don't try to get Brady to figure out where you're going, or he gonna miss you. He did that in the Super Bowl. He did that in the championship game against with Edelman. Missed him. Missed Walker. Missed him. Brady needs to be in one spot. You can't improvise with him. He cannot throw it to you. He gonna miss.
Yeah.
But now Chad Johnson
which is why he threw it to Gronkowski so much. Which is why he threw Gronkowski so much because.
Down the seam. You get the one route, the seam and the slants. That's it.
Yeah.
In-out routes. That's why those guys like Welker and Edelman get. Cause that's it. I told somebody not to be funny. They said Brady gonna play the 45. I said, yeah. I said, watch when the new CBA come out. They said they're gonna add 2 more tackles to keep Brady around till he's 50. You know, they make rules for every time something happens to him. Like, oh, he's getting old. What we got to do? Let's add more players. That's what we can do. 13 players playing football. 2 more tackles. So we can keep.
And you know what else is crazy, too? They make these rules to say that protect their quarterbacks, right? Yet, you see Cam getting messed up every single year, but they'll never make no new rules for him because he's a running quarterback. And you see Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been running his whole career with Green Bay. He got popped that one time with Anthony Barr, and now you got a whole rule. Well, you can't hit that high no more. So it's like, okay, so now where can you hit the quarterback now?
I do you want even better than that, Darian. I do you want even better than that, Darian. So Ben Roethlisberger is the guy who extends the pocket with his leg. Remember when Ndamukong Suh goddamn leg whipped him? Just slammed his ass down out the pocket, and they called it unnecessary roughness because he suplexed him. It's just they pick who they protect, and to go back to what Rob said, man, it's the same narrative, and it's out there in full throttle. Like I wouldn't say the only reason why they protected Cam that one time versus the Broncos because it was a nasty televised game, it was the only game on, and it was too blatant for them not to get rid of dude that his head, and he got hit twice like that game. It took the second time for them to finally be like, all right, we got to call it now.
Listen, I'm watching ESPN right now, and they got this new show, and I forget what channel is on ESPN. It's called Daily Wager. This thing is out of control. So when you talk about narrative
that's a betting show, right?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about now. Like when they talk about the players and the decisions that they're making, how this go, this thing is fantasy football is becoming real life situations. Because, the fact is, like, they only care about a certain amount of people to do a certain amount of things to keep these type of things going. This Vegas betting line. I'm like, man, this is. But yeah, they give us contracts that aren't guaranteed. They give us things that literally don't make any sense, and they smile and shake our hand and tell us congratulations. You talk about long-term security. I hate that word when it comes in sports. Everything is a short-term career and deal in sports. Everything. Your own career, the money they give you, contract they give you, the love they have for you, as you probably know, Ahmad, when you guys know when you get to one team to the next, all of a sudden you play for the Crush, now you play for the Georgia Force, you ain't crap. You never was that good anyway. They say that stuff on Twitter now. It's like it just don't end. Get your money.
They said have you seen they said about Shaq? They said Shaq was too good to be considered to be a journeyman. They calling Shaq a journeyman now because he played for all these various teams.
Only a certain amount of time when people are going to sit there and all of a sudden tell you what you want to hear. Then they're going to tell you what they really think about you. They here to use you, so they can't use you anymore, and they're going to move on. And that's okay. Like I said, that's why I say it's all business, because that's what business is. That's what corporate America is. Yeah. But when you're the reason why the show goes as players, and we still don't get it, and their parents they don't get it, that's why I started my business. Because they just blind. I see guys posting on Facebook, man, Zeke about to get paid. I'm like, first of all, y'all don't even know how the tax code works. Y'all ain't even been there yet. Here's the thing, when you get that much money, if Zeke don't pay the government within like the next month, and again, as for rich people, and again, I don't want to say I'm rich, but I know enough to know that I'm in this bracket where if you have to pay, you don't pay taxes once a year, and if you pay it once a quarter, that's every 3 months, or you get hit with a tax penalty, and the penalty can be in the millions if you making millions, but every agency ain't telling a player that. And Uncle Sam will let you sit back there and think you sweet. They'll just keep tabulating. Ask T.O. Ask Clinton Portis. The same guys that keep signing with Rosenhaus. Guess what Rosenhaus is doing right now? Still signing players in the National Football League. For some reason, they still didn't find a way to. So you know who his client? His client is shady too. His client was T.O. His client was Portis. His client Gronkowski. You see the theme I'm going with right here?
And then you got the supposed where Adrian Peterson got that $1 million loan. Supposedly he got to pay back.
But I'm saying the people that you surround yourself with in this business, you don't understand, and continue to be in this business underneath the umbrella, but yet y'all going broke, and this man's sitting pretty on a yacht.
Yeah.
And you still ain't getting it. Still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's
Robert Kraft can get caught in a prostitute ring.
Right,
and they sweep that way under the rug.
Yeah, he can only mass murder in football. Urban Meyer can be mad about the transfer portal, but then he had Cam Newton, Riley Cooper, both the Pouncey boys, the dude, like I said, Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, he turned about people being in the transfer portal, but he's not worried about his coach beating up on his wife. But he's mad about what he transferred.
He going there.
Yeah.
But he also coached DJ Durkin, who killed a kid in Maryland, who was actually on Florida staff too at that time. But he worried about the transfer portal.
Hey, yo, what y'all think about, like, when I was watching the games this Saturday before UVA played, and they was talking about the transfer portal and thing. Every, like, analyst was like, oh, it just opens up Pandora's box, this and that. And I'm like, one coach said you should give him 1 year. Like, 1 year you should be able to play automatically. Now, if a kid is repeatedly doing it, then you might want to put some type of ruling. But I agree. Like, if you transfer that first year, you should be able to play right away, just like a damn coach. Like, I never understood why it's any different. Especially, I mean, come on, man. They
you know
killed
why,
me with
Ahmad? Because they lie.
I know why.
Coaches lie to get you to sign with them, and that's why they don't want you to be a transfer, so their lies don't get exposed. But parents are starting to put that out there now. Again, you talk about transfer. Kelly Bryant, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields. Look what they did when they transferred. Only one, but they was immediately eligible. Look at the dude that came from Ohio State, Tate Martell. He's not even a quarterback anymore. So he's
a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver now.
Right.
Yeah.
So my point is, again, like these coaches, what good does it do to these kids? You lied to come to the living room so you can get your recruit and get your bonuses up. You want them to sit there and ride the bench. Why should Kelly Bryant still be at Clemson right now with no eligibility when he over there and threw for 500 yards the other day? Or Jalen Hurts in the same way? How can you go 26-2 win that championship and I feel like I got to get kicked to the curb? And it's okay for you to do that to me, but not have your responsibility, coach. Yeah,
how did Kelly Bryant do? Did he play this past weekend?
He played 400 yards. He threw for 400. His team is trash, but he threw for 400 yards.
Exactly.
How many? I can't hear you. How many yards?
He threw for 423 yards.
Hell no.
And had he had 3-4 touchdowns.
Yep.
His team was just trash. I don't know why he went to Missouri. I was like, yo, why?
He did it, though, in one summer. So one summer, him and Jalen Hurts left, and all of a sudden they had better games than they ever did under Dabo and Nick.
Yo, that's crazy.
I told y'all before, man, this is how this stuff goes.
Yeah.
You telling me Jalen Hurts threw for 300 and ran for 175, and then Brian threw for 400? Come on,
400.
Man.
Justin Fields, though, who backed up Haskins, who wasn't playing, was at Georgia under Jake Fromm. He threw for 400 and ran for another 100 too.
They sabotaged him the second half because they started running vanilla because they really didn't want to show how special, how much he could do.
They don't want these kids to be out of school in 1 year, go to the pros. That's how college coaches do. That's why they want him to sit there. That's why they keep. They could have ran
that score up on that squad because he was killing that first quarter. He couldn't do nothing.
What are you talking about?
Fields.
But that's why I said that's why I said earlier, Jalen Hurts is going to make Tua look like trash and Nick Saban too. And I'm telling you, that's why I said put it on wax. I'm telling you right now.
I hate to say it like this too, though. The SEC is not known, especially with Alabama, but the SEC is not known for grooming no quarterbacks. It's always been however the talent is. If you're as talent, whatever your talent level is, that's what we work with, and we build this team around.
So how can you say
they ain't never been that somebody actually
groomed? Is Lincoln Riley a better coach than Nick Saban? I got to say yes, because the most important position in the league, he got 2 Heisman Trophy winners back-to-back. And he got 2 number 1 overall quarterbacks back-to-back in the pros. So would you rather go to Alabama or Oklahoma? Smart
if I'm a quarterback, I'm going to Oklahoma.
It's funny because of course, as a quarterback, you do want to go to Oklahoma. But
receiver going to Oklahoma.
Again, did you know a first-round pick that's supposed to be in the first round next year in the NFL, Lewis, he already tore his ACL. Have you know how many injuries the Alabama players have sustained and hurt their draft status under Nick Saban? But they keep rolling that tide. Again, Oklahoma, and whether you would like it or not, they're putting guys in the league that literally are getting drafted high and actually playing better. Now, they're not recently as much, but again, between the 2 quarterbacks, the receiver last year, Hollywood Brown, and you got, back in the day, Gerald McCoy and all these other guys. They got guys that went and did, but they don't talk about that because they want to focus on the SEC. And Nick Saban and then Dabo. Like I said again, those guys, to put guys in the league that have not shown up. They've been hurt, they're injured, whether it's the Shaq Lawsons, whether it's the Mike Williams in L.A. It goes on and on and on.
Trent Richardson? They ran Trent Richardson so much.
That's the point.
Don't even know where the holes be at no more.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's the point.
You dirty.
It's true. It's true,
man. That's why you go to schools like UVA and be the man. Go to schools like no matter what. Go to a school like UMass, like Andy Isabella did from UMass, and get drafted in the second round. Break all these records. Or you can go sit the bench and be backing somebody up on Alabama, and then basically be an undrafted free agent. Go ahead.
Hey, Hawk, you know the biggest thing I took from this past weekend, man, as far as NFL wise, like some owners, like they have no clue at all about football other than the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy with the Texans, bro, there is no way you let O'Brien trade away all that for Laramie Thompson. Like, you give away all of that. I understand they need a left tackle, bro, but 2 number ones, 2 and 3 other players for Kenny Stills and a tackle, like that's I couldn't believe. I had to look at it again when I saw it. Like, and so that
Why
tells
do you think
me
O'Brien did that though?
because he's worried about now.
Save his job.
His job. That's it. There you go. His job. That is it. His job. So everybody can worry about their job except for the players. That is my point.
Yep.
Always been like that. Everybody.
Yeah, I mean that's clear. That's clear for him to give up all that. He's worried about winning right now this year.
Mhm. Yep.
Because if he gives up all of that, and they go 5-11, 6-10, he gonna get fired.
Right. But that's the point. He's doing what's best for him, not the team, as everybody's claiming. Well, you do what's best for the team. No, you don't. Team never cut a player. Team has never cut a player. Nobody ever came to the locker room and said, "Hey, team, what you guys think? Should I cut this boy right here?" Nobody's ever done that. Team made the decision today. What?
People definitely pick who they like.
That's the point. They say teams, they want to make it like we all together in this. There's no players that have been on a team that had a meeting and said, "Yeah, we should cut this guy." Y'all good with that? Yeah, we good with that.
Yeah.
No.
And that really pissed me off as a Redskins fan. And I know he's 4 or 5 years younger than Trent Williams, but if they gave up all of that for him, the Skins could have got at least half of that for Trent Williams. Two first round picks and a second.
Yeah, Trent. Y'all not even talking to Trent now, huh? Y'all ain't even talking to him.
They said he might come back, man. Next
week. Yeah,
Manzo
said he might come back, man.
Yeah, so he got $11 million that he got to get.
He has to come back.
I ain't mad. He got $11 million. Even if it's this year, next year, I can suck, but that's guaranteed to me. So, you know what? I'm not doing training camp. I'm going to chill.
Hey, what y'all think about Clowney going to Seattle?
It's a good move if they can re-sign him.
Because if he ball out this year, he doesn't have to sign an extension. And then that's the other crazy thing too. If he doesn't sign an extension with Seattle, they still get that number 3 pick back from the Texans. So, yeah, it kind of he can ball out and not even have to play for Seattle next year. He can get signed and get big money somewhere else.
I think
get the money, man.
I think he's going to be a good fit because in his presser the other day, he said the real reason he wanted to get out of the Texans because the scheme didn't fit him. He said he's not a 3-4 outside linebacker, man.
Everybody knew that. They used him to get J.J. Watt free. They used him to get J.J. Watt free so J.J. can get all the glory. You see J.J. Clowney over the center or the guard, you better pay attention because he's going to run right past you. And if you don't, then J.J. Watt going to come sliding through, just beating you like that. So that's the point. But you saw how many times he got hurt. That's dangerous. You can't be running through that line like that. Them dudes, all right, you come here once, that's cool. The second time, they're going to start putting helmets where you ain't supposed to go. That's what he was doing, standing straight up, running through. And he's not even built like that. He's kind of skinny.
Yeah, his lower. Yeah.
So, yes, you keep getting hit like that enough times, you ain't going to last too much longer.
Yeah. Hey, Hawk, will LeSean, will he fill that Kareem Hunt role with the Chiefs?
What? Hey, listen, let me get this, Hawk. Let me get it, Hawk. Hey, listen. Put it like this. You love the Philadelphia, right? You get traded to a team nobody wants to go to. And you go through these 7 years of slavery, and you finally free again because you back with the coach that you really love. How do you think he going to ball? You know, how do you think he going to ball? They ran him like a bell cow and with the Bills, and you get back with a coach that actually knows how to use you. I think he's going to do great.
He's going to be a great test.
Everybody talking about he ain't got nothing left. You think he really gave his all with the Bills? Come on, man.
I think LeSean will come out the gate. I think he'll come out the gates doing well, and then it'll kind of taper just because of his age. So Andy going to pick his spots with him. He ain't going to use him as much as he used Kareem Hunt. Because Kareem, one thing about Kareem, man, he can run that come out that backfield and hit that seam on your ass and just outrun the linebacker. Shady don't have that gear anymore, but Shady got that damn juice. He can run them angle routes and stuff. That's going to open it up for Tyreek and Kelsey because
Kelsey.
Shady, where he operates in the middle of the field, like his routes that he run from the tailback position out the backfield.
Yeah, the angle route.
He gonna cause a lot of attention. He's gonna open up Kelsey and all those boys in the middle of the hashes, or they're gonna leave you one-on-one outside. It's a great asset because he's still a name. Like you still gotta respect him as the old Shady, no matter what. And Andy can use him well. So it's a great move. It's like Darian said, man. He's like a kid in the candy shop now.
But now, bro, case in point. If the NFL really was cared about, like I said, winning or things like that, you gonna let Sean McCoy end up on the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes? Like, them dudes just trying to get their money. The owners trying to get their money. Like, hey, we don't care. There should be something that should have been blocked. It's like, you play Madden, you play a game. Like, you can't pick him. You should not let that happen. There should be some type. No. We don't care. He just can't go there. Anywhere but there.
See, Buffalo thought that if they cut him for the guy that came from rugby, that it's a bad look. That means nobody good gonna touch him because we cut him. Andy Reid was like, nah, I know him. Let me get that. 4 and 5. Let me get that.
That's just that again. Well, the man said it earlier. A lot of owners don't know football like they think they do. They know numbers. That's about it. They don't know the game. Let him go there. It's gonna cost him some money.
Cut too. The Redskins cut Dotson. Kirk Cousins was like, I like him. Bring him to us. I like him.
Right. I mean, that was and not just on the Redskins part, but that was at the wide receiver position. That was a bad first round altogether because Michael Thomas slipped to the second round, and it was like 5 or 6 receivers taken in that first round, and they haven't really panned out.
Hey, hold on, I'm back.
Well, Jake Gruden is in the same boat as Bill O'Brien right now.
What was the point of signing Doxson on Star?
Yeah, I told you that was Kirk Cousins.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they came in together.
That was Kirk Cousins, man. He was like, "Go get him."
No, man.
I'm telling you, that's what it was. Telling you.
Even the receiver from Ole Miss, was it Treadwell? The Vikings drafted him. He was a first round pick over. Yeah, they cut him too.
The other guy.
2016 was just a trash year for receivers,
man. I wish I wish I was in Petty Hawk mode because I told folks when he came out of school, he won't go where everybody was excited about it. I was like, pump your brakes. He ain't. You know what I'm saying? They won't listen.
Right?
I mean, I know he can't, your stuff, but I told folks tread lightly with him, no pun intended, because his last name, I was like, he alright. Yeah. It's like your boy Seahawks right now. I'm telling people, pump your brakes. He big and fast, but he alright. Yeah. Like taper your expectations, because when your expectations get set so high, man, the player ends up getting set up because he can have a very successful season, but the expectations that they set for him is like, all he had was 1,000 yards. He should be having like 1,300 because they were saying this. All he had was 5 touchdowns. He should have had 10 touchdowns because look where he was drafted. This is what happens, man. And all these dudes fizzle out real quick because the bar is set so high. That's why I do like that. Everybody kept saying he a 4th rounder, and he produced in a sense as far as wins and losses. And now they don't want to count the wins and losses for that because it's like, wait a minute, we can't give him the damn money. But all they talk about for quarterbacks is wins and losses, and he got that checked. They don't want that narrative no more. Same thing with Russell Wilson. They said, well, he couldn't throw. When they let beast mode go, Russell Wilson have his best statistical year, completion rate go up. It's like, can he do it again? And his ass been balling %.
Yeah.
Now they doing the same with Cam. What Cam do? He got the money. What can Cam do? Like Cam got receivers on the outside. He got tight ends playing receiver all across the board.
Well, I guess, was it Moore? I think Moore's supposed to be all right, like you said.
But he got Norv Turner. I do like him with Norv Turner, though. I do like him with Norv. At least they went and got Norv Turner for him. Go ahead, JaVale.
Hey, what about another move, man? What is it with? I think he's a really good player, but he's getting up there in age on your Eagles. Darren Sproles. You think that was a good move to keep him over Smallwood?
Man, I thought about that too. When some guys he's just a leader, like the organization loves him. He don't never do anything stupid to make them second guess Like he's been durable until until late, but he could do so much.
Right.
But like you said, man, you getting rid of a young cat for an older dude.
Do you think the Redskins picked him up just for this week, or they plan on carrying him? You know what I'm saying? Other than just the game plan and see what Philly gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because he already talking smack. Smallwood already talking smack. He pissed off at the Eagles for releasing him, bro.
I really think y'all gonna keep him just because of y'all history with the running back.
They can't really let him go.
What about the new running back? You think that could have been?
They wouldn't do that for this game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they already got a real young guy, Turner, right?
Who, the Eagles?
The young guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about the Eagles or the Skins?
Eagles. They got
the kid from Penn State?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, then we went and got the dude from the Bears too, who I think is a good back.
Yeah, he's supposed to be starting with Josh Hart, right? Or I don't know that man's name. Got his name. But I think he's supposed to be splitting time with him.
Yeah, Howard. Yeah, Howard nice, man. Howard real nice.
He is.
Howard nice.
One cut. He a one cut guy, and then I guess you need somebody that can get loose in the open space.
I remember I did a YouTube video how I was saying that I was more impressed with his rookie season compared to Zeke because of, the iffy offensive line that he had, and he still averaged over 5 yards a carry. Like, his rookie year, to me, impressed me the most out of all the rookies that year when Zeke and all of them came out.
Got you. Hey, I got a serious question for you, too, because I want to get this off. Listen, this AP poll, right? I don't know what's up with this coach's poll. It's really making me upset. You know what I'm saying? Somehow Florida got to number 11.
Yeah.
What is it that they see in Michigan and they see in Notre Dame who were nice and trashy against the teams that they were supposed to beat? You know what I'm saying? Like especially Michigan, sitting there struggling with Middle Tennessee, and then you have Notre Dame struggling with Louisville. Even though Louisville kind of came out, they actually had some good plays, whatever. But I feel like, for them to jump, I think they weren't that nice, especially if we were talking about strength of opponent, the opponents that they had were not stronger than what they had to deal with in Florida with Miami. But, I mean, it's only first week, but
I'm with you, bro.
That was a big gripe for me.
I don't respect the AP poll because they got Nebraska ranked in the top 25. And they won 4 games the past 2 years, 4-8, 4-8.
Yeah,
and they in the top 25.
And they was getting worked by South Alabama. Like,
I don't understand how Nebraska's in the top 25 preseason. I really don't. You win 4 games and then
here it is. Because their coach is Scott Frost, and that's team.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why I can't wait till they fire with Taggart, so I can basically stamp what I said 3 years ago when he was basically pimping all these kids out and hanging out with Plies and everybody else, and just to get that job and then leaving and telling them this and that. And now Florida State is in the brink of epic failures, and he ain't gonna have nowhere else to go. That man had a job at Oregon, Florida State, and South Florida in a matter of 4 years and managed to turn everything upside down.
You talking about Taggart?
Yeah.
Hey, he almost should be fired. He almost should have been fired after Saturday, bro.
He should have, but again, he reaped what he sows. I ain't gonna get into the stuff he's been doing with athletes for a long time, but even last year with the DeAndre Francois fiasco, how he did that and Jimbo jumped out, and what he did at Oregon and South Florida. There's a lot of kids right now he did some things to, but he wanted to do interviews with Plies and stuff like that to get some more whatever. So I guess he's worried about the playbook instead of doing interviews with rappers and stuff. He about to get fired. Maybe Plies can give him a job.
And no disrespect to Jim Harbaugh or whatever, they're not beating Ohio State again this year. I mean, the same type of talent, but I'm starting to see some of the same stuff with him. And I'm like, bro, and then I know it's hard to judge for the first week of the season. But just based off the talent and how the teams, are coming in, they're not beating Ohio State. So why does he still even have a job? They got rid of Rich Rodriguez for having the same record.
About Scott Frost. It's the name.
The name, yo.
Entertainment. This is all entertainment. They want people to turn on and have something to say, good or bad. You say Jim Harbaugh. You turn into Michigan. Scott Frost, Nebraska. They ain't had no winning. They ain't had nobody know their name in years since Tommy Frazier. This is all this is. It's a form of entertainment. They keep doing this. Willie Taggart, again, you know how Willie Taggart got the job because of Harbaugh. He was Harbaugh's butt boy and Jack Harbaugh. That's how he got the job. And then, again, like I said, when you fired Charlie Strong from Florida, he went to South Florida because they wanted a certain dynamics when it comes to, they wanted black guys that wanted black coaches to be in the South Florida area. So, man, all this stuff, man, is a game within a game. And when you talk about AP coaches poll, once again, they want the people that pay for the most tickets, that come to the most games to see their team so they can show up next week. If you don't see them, you think they're going to show up? No. That's what they care about.
But I think that's a situation like with Frost. Like, I understand that's his alma mater and all that, and he wants to go back. But what he done at UCF, like, he can be able to recruit so much better in Florida and in the Southeast than he can. He's not going to be able to get those players to go play in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, times have changed. Back in the day, he probably could have, but you're right. I think you're right on that. I think players are now saying, I don't care nothing about no Nebraska. It's cold. I ain't going there.
Right. I mean, sometimes, I'm sure that, Nebraska, probably pumped out a lot more money than UCF was going to, and maybe that was the, determining factor. But, to me, if you a coach, you want to win. Or maybe Nebraska's going to give him time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel a lot of guys always think that they are better than. I think a lot of coaches think they make the players, but the players don't make them. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying?
Saban and Jalen Hurts. Even though he won a national championship, went 26-2. You pull him out. All right. Like I said, it's all gonna play itself out. Watch.
And I heard someone say that the reason he did that was to lock down Tua's little brother. Apparently, he has a brother.
So let me tell you about this. Alabama has a prep school now, and again, it should be banned by the NCAA. So Alabama has a prep school right around the Alabama campus. Anybody with common sense and know the sports business know that's what they do. So they basically have a college within a college. It's a high school prep school, so the kids that end up going to Alabama actually watching these guys like every day, like they farming them. And then his brother and his parents end up out of Alabama, and you can go find out where their house is and ask how Nick Saban get where he get. And then all of a sudden they live in there. So that's the whole point, that they have this little school in place that is really supposed to be illegal to recruit high school players. But then you have a school for guys that go to Alabama that leave that prep school and go to Alabama and recruit them, so they almost can watch them, train them. These guys come to their camps and all this stuff, and they just go right to Alabama from there. So that's where his little brother is right now, in that school. So
right. So that's kind of crazy, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like I said, Jalen Hurts. Like I said, and again, Nick Saban was like he blamed Josh Gaddis. Too many coaches worried about going somewhere else. That was his excuse. Last year when he put Tua in, he was getting ready to make the excuse. That's why he put Tua in. He wasn't about to take responsibility for losing that game. Nope.
Right.
It was Jalen Hurts' fault. Well,
that makes sense.
Man, Jalen, like I said, this thing is about to be real pretty. I don't know who he's going to blame this year. Because the coaches done left, Jalen done left. Go get him, coach. You got your Tua. So when everybody say tank for Tua, I'm like, how you going to say tank for Tua? Tua ain't never been a good quarterback at Alabama. You going to mess around and end up playing a running back and being the next Cordell Stewart. I'm just saying. Those are the facts of Alabama and Nick Saban. Like, he ain't never did it. He ain't never tried to do it. And so even now, when it comes to those things, he ain't got too many more excuses for and then I think he's going to retire. So that's the more breaking news. I give him one more year. Then he's going to be exposed for what this really is. I'm out of here.
Makes sense.
All right. So, look, man, we got to wrap the show up. Y'all got any shout-outs or any last words? Shout out to Sirius Jones for beating Matt Hoffa. That's my last word.
Nah, hey Hawk. I like what I saw Saturday. I didn't know that Pitt had a new offensive coordinator, so I was expecting, you know what I'm saying, that smash mouth drag out game that they came to the Ville with last year. But you know what I'm saying, yeah, but I like that. But I'm going to the game Sunday. So or next Tuesday, I'll be able to give you some up close and personal details on what the Eagles and the Redskins look like on Sunday, baby.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it, Bird game. What you got? Who's that? Darian? What you got, Darian? Uh-oh. I can't hear you, Darian. Well, I'm going to holler at you, Darian. Appreciate you, dog. Your phone jacked up. That's all I got for everybody, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Shout out to my sponsor, Able Insurance. Shout out to Conor Murray Realtor. Conor Murray Realtor actually also sponsors the phone line. So anytime a caller calls in, it's courtesy of Conor Murray Realtor and Conor Murray Real Estate. Crowcookies.com. Go to crowcookies.com, man. It's a new day and age of making people eating crow at Crow Cookies, man. Losing never tasted so good. But until next time, man, you know the motto, good is the enemy of great. Be great in everything that you do. It's the Ball Hawk. No outro song today. We just out.